All right, last bit. I think we've made everything except for this pocket. So hopefully this doesn't take 45 minutes. So we're making this. If you do not have a wax seal, you can use a cute button, which I got this one at Hobby Lobby. You could even use some embroidery floss that you used, maybe the same color that you used to stitch this, and go through either hole and tie a little knot on top and then glue it down. I have, I think, one more. So I have this one that kind of didn't turn out so great, but I'll probably just use it just for the sake of the tutorial. But that is what you can use. These little envelopes are Paper Studio envelopes, and I'm going to use this one because this is like a traditional style envelope, and that was kind of a pain in the rear to cut around and do, and this is just straight. So that's what I'm doing. So this is let me just turn this way, 8.5 inches tall by 4 inches wide. So that's what we're going to do. And then we'll do the envelope and put it on it once we're done. So here we go. First off, pick your paper. I have, I'm gonna look and see what we have. I might choose something. That one's so pretty. Let's see. What else do I have? Ooh, let's do this one. This one's fancy. I think I want this to be my front. So, because we want it 4 inches wide, I'm going to fold over. But before we fold over, I'm going to turn just by eye, I'm going to use, well, let me put it up here so y'all can see. I'm going to use my mat to just do the best I can and keep it right on the line like so. And use that to really flatten it down. There we go. Then we're going to fold over to meet. Now let's make sure this should be at 10. This should be at 6-ish. Yeah, it's just a hair bigger than 4, so that's good. So that's how I get that. I barely turn an edge over, and then I line it up with, for me, an even number because I'm measuring challenged. And you can see that it's just over the 14-inch mark. So this is the 10. So it's just a hair over, which is good because our little cutie patootie pocket is going to slip down inside. And so you want it to be able to fit down in there. And this little gusset right here is going to help you do that because it's going to give you a little, and we'll probably put it that way, it's going to give you a little gusset so when it slips down in, it can fit. Capiche? And then I am going to come up here and let's see, fold it up just a little bit to make the stop. And then we will need to, cut the bulk out because it gets bulky at the corners. I need to do that. And then for the lid or the closure, I'll it's 2 inches on that one. What's this one? I don't think this is 2 inches. No, this one is about 1 3/4. But what we want to do, we want to fold, this one's better to see. Let's look in here. You want to fold this paper right in there down to kind of protect the edge of this. So that's what we're going to do. So here is this part. Let's move it up here. And we are going to fold this down. So that's going to be our closure. So there's one, and then I'm going to pull it just a little, like so. There. So I have made 2 creases. I don't measure, I just use this to help me measure. So this back side is the lid, okay? So we are going to cut off at the top line right here, not the bottom, because that's what we're going to fold over to, gosh, I cut terribly. I'm just going to cut it right here for right now, and then we'll address this in a minute. So here we go. I'm going to do that. You're just cutting the bulk off. And then you're going to do the same thing. And then you're going to fold this down and you're going to glue. So you're going to glue this top little bit, because that's going to make the place where you slip in your pocket and maybe your letter or whatever else you want to put in there for your pen pal or your friend. That will make it just a little sturdier. See? Just like that. And then how did I do that? Okay. So now I'm going to come up here and do an angle. And you can reuse, oops, reuse this. You just have to line it up. It's kind of fiddly. Line it up like that and cut alongside it, like so. I'm going to cut this little bit off. So now you have this. If you want, you can flip this over just a tiny bit, which is what I did here, to make, let's kind of make that straighter. There. Make that, you know, not just a single sheet of paper, but it's kind of reinforced. It's like a little reinforcement. There. Now we have that. I didn't need to fold that over, so I kind of made a mistake there. If that you could leave it as another gusset like that. It wouldn't be a terrible thing, because it would give you a little extra room. But let's address this. I'm going to do that and that. You just are cutting right there on that fold line. And then you're going to cut this corner here. It's just like a little angle. Like that. And you can do that. And this is where you really kind of have a choice. If you want, I would cut this off. I'm just gonna cut it off. I'm gonna use my trimmer because I am not really great at cutting straight with my scissors. So what I do is I line up the, let's get you going there. Is this the one I need? No, this is the one I need. Okay. I line up my wire that's on mine. Can you see my wire? I don't know if you can. And I just cut to where my cut is, and it just comes off. And then now it's straight and not wobbly. And I'm just gonna cut just to touch that off. Okay, so here we go. Now we're gonna close it. So now we just come down here, come down here, fold it in, and there you go. And now you have your envelope. I used those clear little Velcro dots. I glued mine down, but they can stick. Let's work on this. I'm not gonna use a glue dot here just because I don't wanna use them up. However, if this line that I told y'all wrong on, I'm not really good at tutorials, FYI. I like watching them. And Nanda, I'm on her design team, and so, you know, I want to at least show how I made my things for her. But I'm not good at measuring, and I don't know, I'm not real good at instructions, I don't think. But we're going to glue this down right here. I'm going to let it hang over so I can cut it. There. Now, there. And it kind of adds a little, I don't know, kind of zhuzhed it up a bit. So here's this. This is how our pocket, this is the pocket. You just slide it. It'll slide down in here. You do kind of have to, if you have any, you know, ruffles extending over, you may want to put it, you know, this way so that when your ruffle gets to the top, you can just kind of squish it in and then fold. This, let's see, this, which is full, I'll just show you. It does fit. It's a nice, snug, poofy fit. So let's get this one. There we go. I'm gonna slip this down in here. Actually, in order for it to fit, you need to turn this on its side. So let's slip this down in here. Kind of tuck that in. Tuck that in. You would fasten it so it feels nice and hefty. Then you would put this on. And what else? Then here's your little booklet. Did we put our booklet in? We did. We put a booklet in. And then when you tie it, you would, actually I think this was on this side. It was on the back. My badness. It was on the back. This is on the front. And this goes down here with this little flap, you know, open. So we're almost done. So let's set this aside. I'm gonna take this out so we can glue. Let's put that there. Okay, so here's this. The only thing we need to cover is this and this, which are rectangles, which is so much better than all of this business. But I still have some of this left, and I know I'm going to use it. So here's what I'm gonna do, just to make it simple. I'm going to put glue on the flap of the envelope on all sides. I'm going to put it here, let it glue, easy peasy. And then I'm going to start off doing it like this. I'm just going to cut it down, but I'm going to go past the fold. Because we're going to glue it down. I'll let this wrap over. This will be glued. You won't see it, so it doesn't really matter if it's perfect or not. Glue that flap down like that. Now we can deal with this excess. There. There. So there you have it. There's your little, there's your first part. And because this wraps around, there's no raw edge right there. So now this is a little less than 3 inches. So we're going to use our paper cutter. Let's see, it is, we're just doing it to here, okay? So it is 2 1/4 by 3. We're gonna say 3. Let me straighten this up just a bit. Okay. So let's go here. Let's say 3. Did I say 3? Let's double check. No, it's 3 and goodness sakes, Laura Dodson. I'm just gonna say 4 because I can always trim. So it is 4, this is 4 inches right here, 4. So I'm cutting that. See how good I am at tutorials? So here we go. So this is the 4, and we can put it right here below these guides. So that's what we're going to do first. Let's glue that down. Or we could do that. Let's do that. I like that little English garden sample thing. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. Of course, I'm bad about putting the pin back in, or then, yeah, this is a pin, it's not a needle. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's put this English garden at the top. Okay, wow. Oof. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, and then we're gonna do this. We won't really see this back, but I do want to do the same thing like I did here. So let's cut off a little bit. let's glue it down. This back will be glued, so it doesn't have to be completely perfect. Cut off the excess right here. There's that. Okay, ta-da. And then let me put this back on. Okay, so now we have this, right? And this. Make sure you have, doesn't that look cute? And then I am going to use this glue because I feel like it's thicker and a little, it is wet, so I mean wet, it has, you know, water in it. So it'll take a little while to dry, but it'll be better in the long run. So there you go. You can put, doesn't that look adorable? Y'all need to go get these buttons. So when Hobby Lobby has their buttons on sale, you need to go get these little wood buttons. They still have them. Do I have any embroidery floss up here? I do not.
I'll be outside.
Okay. That was my son. Or if you had a little lace, you could put that on. Let's see, which direction does this go? I don't know if it has a direction. If you don't have one of these, you could use one of these. Let's get a blue one. I think a blue one would look pretty. That is blue or something. Okay, here we go. Let's set that aside. I have glue all over me. Let's cut this out. And then we'll put everything in the envelope. Except for the one thing that we made that won't fit because I have the directions wrong. Okay. I do want to ink these edges because it really helps things stand out against this pink. It darkens them. I like that. I don't know if you can tell, but I can, sitting here. Okay, so then we have this little bit here. This goes like that. Let's do it. I'm gonna put just a little glue just to hold it. There we go. Just kind of hold that in place. Let's scooch this down just a bit. Hold that in place, and then guess who's gonna staple? This girl. And then we have just a tiny bit poking out. There. This would be super adorable, this little button, but you could use these paper wax seals as well. Now, I'm not putting the Velcro on because I don't want to waste my Velcro, but let's do all the other things. Okay. And we'll even tie it up and everything and make it look super cute. Okay, here we go. This, I'm showing you again, these are the correct measurements. I know my phone shakes. It's on a canvas lamp, which I really like, but it does shake. It's not as sturdy as I would like, and it's probably because I'm not a very, what you call it? I'm like a bull in a china shop. Let's put it that way. If that makes sense. Okay, so we're not going to use this one because this was incorrect. These are the correct measurements for the one we're going to use. So let's put this in here. Just kind of slide it in. Then you'll use your little Velcro clasp. let's pretend this is our gift card. Slide it in here. Close that. This is our little note. So there is that. This is our pocket of goodies that we made. We're putting that on the back. And is that everything? I think so, because the pocket has other goodies in it. So let's make sure they're all spread out, like so. Okay? So I'm gonna put this back to back. Oops, kind of, I mean, you want it spread out, but not necessarily past the, oh, we didn't make this one. Let's put the one in we made. This is the one that we made. There we go. Put this on top. And then all I did was, actually did this. Put this down. This on top and tie. And go like that. And tie a knot. I also have kind of fat fingers, short and stubby. There's that. You can pull this up a bit. And now you have your little flat meal treat. Isn't that cute? And so this is the measurements for this envelope. I'll put it down in the description, but just know that this is it. We used Nanda's beautiful envelopes, full page and printed. You know, these are, one page has 2 envelopes. So I printed 2 of the full page at 5x7 to get the little size like this. So you can do that. Use your little stash and your scraps and make your own. There you go. Voila. Hope you have a good day or evening. Oh look, it was only 27 minutes long. Can you believe 28? Can you believe that? I actually made something less than 45 minutes. So there we go. Lift it up, flipped over, all stuffed, that stuffed. Now, isn't that just the funnest thing? I think anybody would be happy to give this as a little gift if they're into journal making, flat mail, whatever. I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is just not angled correctly. Anyway, 28:47 seconds. Good night.